Good morning, Scott here, known as Cantaloupe to some online, and I'm bringing a video to you on a subject that's interesting to me. It might be of interest to you or someone you know, and I want to talk about Tania Nemer, a federal judge who was fired recently by the Trump administration. And not so much that event, but the idea that a president should or could at any point restaff federal judgeships and those positions. There is constitutional protection for the president of the United States' right to do that. He is allowed to appoint people. However, there is a bit of ambiguity, is my understanding. I read an article, and I'll link that in the description below, where it doesn't specify under what specific circumstances this should take place. And if you ask me, it makes sense that there has to be some kind of justification or problem to fire anybody. So yes, he's allowed to appoint people at critical points where the staff is required to be refreshed or replaced, not just willy-nilly throwing people to the curb. That's a different thing. So while he may have the power and authority to choose, that doesn't mean he always gets to choose at any moment. He can't just walk into the place and fire everybody, for example. There has to actually be a violation, some kind of, performance issue, or a crime by the employee, or something out of policy, right? And there was no complaint on this person. There was no bad track record. There was no history of anything. She was in a probationary period. She was a Democrat, and she got fired for apparently being a Democrat, which is not okay. That would be an abuse. You can't fire people for no reason. Because, now here's why, when she was hired on, there was an agreement made. It's true. Employment constitutes an agreement when an employee, any employee for any business or agency or department, takes the job. They are agreeing with the employer and other people who work there that we will all work together towards some mission, some statement, some project, obviously, right? The case here is that she's going to be a judge working in the court to serve justice. And until at which point her appointment reaches a natural conclusion or maturity, or she fails in some way, that agreement stands, and no one, literally no one on earth, has the right, including the president, to just walk in and sever that agreement without a good reason. There has to be a reason, or else there's a problem. And it doesn't so much matter if even if the Constitution is misworded in this regard, it is clear what is proper. I want to just conclude with the note that the Constitution does not create rights. It does not create anything. It reflects a working system. It is there to remind people of the God-given rights that they have and cannot be alienated from. So even if it is misinterpreted, even if there is a typo in it, it doesn't change the underlying reality that it is meant to embody and reflect. So there is a right course of action in this case, and it is to not terminate people without reason in general. No one has that right. Reach out with questions or comments to whitehotrobot@gmail.com. Thank you.